Shalom, family. Good to see you. Hope everybody is doing well. Well, there's a lot of people that get their hair braided and they don't always use human hair. They'll use synthetic hair. And that's been a big problem for years. Well, they are saying that there are carcinogens in the braiding hair that is done on Black women. I'm not surprised. You know, since we've been here and they pretty much own the hair industry, especially the big hair companies, even Afro Sheen and Dax and some of the stuff we knew back in the day, they were all white owned. And I used to always wonder, why do they have such a big interest in products for our hair that is nothing like theirs? And the answer to that is to sabotage us. And they've done a good job of it over the years, and they continue to do it. And as I stated to y'all before, have you ever heard of white women getting extensions and the extensions are toxic? You never hear about that. Or they buy a wig because they wear wigs. Even the ones I used to work with, they wear wigs, come on. And you never heard of a white woman getting a wig and then finding out there's a problem with the wig, but you can always count on there being a problem with products that they sell to us. This is why you got to get back to using plant-based and organic products for your hair. If you look at a bottle, and whether it is hair grease or an oil or a conditioner, if you don't recognize the majority of the things that's on the bottle, you should not use it. That's one thing I had to learn over the years. If I look at that jar or look at a bottle and I'm like, what the hell is this? And what is that? Then I shouldn't be using it. Should not use it at all. Put that stuff back and get the stuff where you can pick it up, read the ingredients, you know what everything on there is, and then there's no problem. That's one thing, just for, just FYI, that's one thing I learned when I was even younger. Every time my mother would use natural ingredients, my hair would thrive. It would. But if it was something store bought, I could see the difference in my hair growth. It's almost like anything that you bought over the counter, in my case, um, I noticed it either stunted my growth or my hair would not move. But as soon as I got away from that and started going back to natural things, it would be thriving again. So you notice these things, and once you do, you stick with the things that work for your hair. Absolutely. But they're always trying to it's just another form of sabotage, y'all. That's what it is. It's another form of sabotage. And they want us to get sick and possibly get unalive from it because, that's how much hate in their heart they have for us. So, yes, there's a lot of toxins in the material they use to make this synthetic hair. And some women have complained that they feel itchy after having it put in. Their scalps feel itchy, the back of their neck feel itchy, their shoulders, their back feels itchy. I have heard women say they had to take them out because of irritation. So, listen to your body. Your body is always going to tell you what's up. Listen to your body, you know, and it really doesn't matter what brand it is. Synthetic hair, at least the ones that have like the woolly texture, none of them are any good. None of them are. So it's once again. they are profiting at our demise, you know? So they make a dollar and you get sick. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Yeah, I remember the thing about the tampons. Yeah. You know, a lot of times, let me tell you something. These folks know what's up before they put that stuff on the market. See, these folks are such vultures. They don't care what's wrong with those products. They don't even care if they don't work. They will throw them out on the market anyway, you know, and everybody's different. Some things will work and some won't, you know, but you just have to, shop around for the things that work for you. All right, so let's get into it. Thank you, everybody.
So the boho braids is canceled for the summer. All braids, knotless braids, boho braids, box braids, they cancel for the summer. So they're saying that the braiding hair that we're using is literally causing cancer. Not only to the person getting the braids, but the braider as well. We literally can't have anything. Why are these people trying to unalive us so bad? All of these braiding companies, their hair contains 10 carcinogens. 10 carcinogens. These brands were definitely tested from Sensational, Shake and Go, Magic Fingers, and only two decided to offer a statement, which was Sensational and Magic Fingers, saying that their products don't contain these ingredients. Lord, what we gonna do? Summertime is about to begin, and before it begins, it is canceled. Okay, cancel. There will be no brace. So that silk press is gonna have to press out and stay a little longer. Comment down below if you have heard this.
I'm not trying to be overly dramatic here, but I am absolutely done with synthetic hair. Okay, done with synthetic braiding hair. I had no idea how toxic synthetic braiding hair is. Yeah, I'm talking about, like the kanekalon and all of the different braiding hair that we use that looks like afro textured hair. That stuff is poisonous, okay? Yeah, seriously. So, harmful chemicals such as polyethylene tetraphthalate or PET, polypropylene or PP, and polyvinyl chloride are chemicals linked to a range of health issues, including skin irritation, respiratory problems like asthma, and even cancer. All right, think about kanekalon, right? We all use kanekalon, right? Really affordable and popular. Well, it has acrylonitrile and vinyl chloride as well, both of which are toxic to humans. And according to the National Cancer Institute, directly links vinyl chloride with leukemia, lymphoma, and rare forms of liver, brain, and lung cancer. So I'm done.
Oh my God, bro. Hell no, man. We go. Oh, that song. Bye.
So at first, I didn't understand how the braiding hair could possibly cause cancer. I mean, like you're wearing it, you're not ingesting the hair. But you know what I did? I went on Google and I searched up how is braiding hair cancerous? And I am concerned. So apparently, they found cancer causing chemicals and volatile organic compounds, VOCs, which we'll refer to it as later, in like 10 popular uh braiding hair brands. Of the 10 brands, 3 of them had a specific carcinogen that could cause blood cancer. But then all 10 of them actually contained another carcinogen. All 10 of them. Okay, let's continue. VOCs were detected in all products, and they were emitted when the braiding hair was heated to boiling in a lab, similar to dipping the braiding hair in boiling water to seal the ends of the hair. So, lead was detected in 9 of 10 products. We don't even use lead paint. And these people are manufacturing, these people do not give a fuck about us. They're manufacturing products that are in contact with your skin on your head with lead in it. Wow. And I didn't understand. I'm like, it's not like we're ingesting it or whatever. Well, until I started reading this report and that there's lead in it and all this other shit, but also the chemicals, they can cause like hormonal issues, respiratory problems, reproductive harm, and there's increased cancer risks from contact with this hair. Y'all, they're preying on us. They set up this world to tell us that we're not beautiful. And then when we do things to become beautiful, they prey on us. Not only to get our money, but they are so negligent with our health that they are doing things that are causing us harm actively. So, not just emotionally and to our self esteem and to our identity, but also physical harm to our health. So start testing the wigs. Let's get into these wigs and see what's gonna start testing the wigs, because what the fuck? It is very much big fuck us. Okay, so make sure you go ahead and put the expressions braiding hair down, baby. Um and maybe figure something else out, because it is very much giving fuck us for real. And please, our self-esteem cannot be in the hands of these people. Our self-identity, our culture, our products cannot be in the hands of people who hate us, because this is the type of shit that they do. So let's figure something else out. Um, I don't know, maybe some black-owned brands, maybe some styles that don't require additional hair. I don't even want to start that conversation, because it'll be somebody in my comments with no edges barking at me, and I don't even have it. But girl, it's time to do something different, because it's very much giving a big fuck us. So stop playing with these people and giving them your money so that they can fuck you up. Okay? Y'all be easy out there.
Washing your braiding hair before you use it is not going to get rid of carcinogens. This comment said warm tepid water, apple cider vinegar, soak, then see all the chemicals floating in the water. YouTube has tutorial on how to wash. The thing is, on YouTube, most of those people are not chemists and they're not licensed cosmetologists. A human carcinogen is a substance or an agent that has been scientifically proven to increase the risk of cancer in humans. It's everywhere, y'all. Even dipping the hair in hot water is not going to get rid of carcinogens. Now, you can always lower your exposure that you have to carcinogens, watching what you eat, reading labels, seeing what you're actually putting onto your skin. But once it enters the body, the only thing that you can do is you can boost your immune system to try to fight it off. So while everybody is in the comments saying, that's why I wash my hair, oh, I wash my braiding hair, it's not getting rid of a carcinogen. It's not. Like I said before, this is bigger than just me posting on TikTok. If you go back at least 4 to 5 videos, I'm talking about environmental injustice. I'm talking about why is 50% of products that are marketed towards Black women, why do they have the most toxic chemicals in there? And how is this okay?
Kanekalon hair should be illegal. Kanekalon hair is made with the chemical acrylonitrile and vinyl chloride. Both substances are toxic, causing reproductive cancers, cysts, liver damage, and anxiety. Braiders burn or dip kanekalon hair in hot water when styling, which releases these toxic fumes into the air, and unless the braider is wearing a gas mask and gloves, they breathe in these fumes, which lodge into their lungs, which can lead to tumors and reduced lung function. Your risk is especially increased if you braid hair or get braids while pregnant, as the chemicals in kanekalon hair can cause developmental issues in offspring.
Okay, ladies, especially, it is almost summertime, which means it's time to get our bust down braids for that summer protective style. Samantha's, yours look great. But you may have seen our recent reporting from Consumer Reports that talks about toxic levels of chemicals found in 10 different brands of synthetic braiding hair. I know a lot of you are worried. You've been reaching out to us. I spoke with a local hairstylist about some tips about what you should do before you get your summer braids.
First thing first, make sure that you talk with your dermatologist, make sure you talk with your hairstylist to figure out if you are actually having an allergic reaction and some alternate styles that you could wear. In addition to that, if you are going to wear braided styles, you can use rebundle hair, which is a safe, non-toxic, plant-based hair. In addition, you could always use natural human hair instead of using the synthetic braiding hair. I hope this helps.
So you heard Yane's advice, but as always, make sure you talk to your doctor. For more information, head to NBCWashington.com. I love these, by the way. I'm going to get braids this summer, but we're going to do it safely.
10 popular synthetic braiding hair products were tested. The results are troubling. Every sample contained carcinogens, chemicals that may cause cancer.
3 of the samples tested positive for benzene, a carcinogen that is highly regulated and discouraged for use in laboratories because of the potential to cause cancer.
James Rogers, who led CR's synthetic hair testing, says testing found lead in 90% of the products.
There is no safe levels of lead. Our risk assessments and exposure models indicate that for users of these 9 products, they could be exposed to concerning levels of lead over time.
The risks don't stop there. When the hair is dipped in hot water during installation, a standard practice, it releases volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, that can irritate eyes, throat, and lungs.
Kanekalon hair is made with the chemical acrylonitrile and vinyl chloride. Both substances are toxic, causing reproductive cancers, cysts, liver damage, and anxiety. Braiders burn or dip kanekalon hair in hot water when styling, which releases these toxic fumes into the air, and unless the braider is wearing a gas mask and gloves, they breathe in these fumes, which lodge into their lungs, which can lead to tumors and reduced lung function. Your risk is especially increased if you braid hair or get braids while pregnant, as the chemicals in kanekalon hair can cause developmental issues in offspring. Is this hairstyle worth the deadly health hazards?
It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Boy, these people got hell to pay. They really do. You know, how do you define yourself as the standard of beauty, and then you gotta turn around and sabotage somebody? Then, how much confidence do you have in that? Not much if you gotta sabotage somebody, you know? So, you get to sit around and be mediocre, and you just look like you're knowledgeable because you're sabotaging everybody else. These people are a trip, for real. They are a trip. You know this is on purpose when you see it happening only to us and no other group, you know that right there is the clear indicator that it's being done on purpose. And it's no telling how many people are in on this, especially if you don't know who behind the scenes. You would have to research who owns all of these synthetic braids and who is distributing it, where is it being made. So it would be like a major chain reaction. And I bet everybody involved don't look like us, you know, but the products they put out for their people, they make sure it's completely safe. Mm, mm, mm. So, y'all just be careful about what you use. If you are thinking about getting your hair braided, make sure you call in advance, find out what they use, and, you know, if you don't want I would recommend even if you, wanna get your hair braided, I know it's more expensive using the human hair, but it's really your safe bet at this point. Or learn how to braid it yourself. There's a lot of women that have learned how to do their own braiding. They just braid their own hair. It comes out nice too. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. So, y'all, this is my final live stream for today. So, look, they're going to be like this all the way into the bitter end. You can best believe they are, you know? But if you do have something unusual, try to seek legal help also. You can legally see what you can do about this as well. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I want to thank G. Bowman Jr., Carcinogens Attack and Impede the All Important Endocrine System, which also prevents development of pineal gland third eye. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the sad part is this is also being done on children. A lot of children are walking around with braids, and many of them are wearing the synthetic braids. So I just hope, more people know about this. That way you can stay away from these things for real. So, y'all, please have a wonderful night and be on the lookout for my live streams tomorrow. Shalom, family.